One of the most dangerous aircraft in the world, it can destroy all land, air and sea targets. Its addition to the Iranian army has increased the seriousness of the war with Israel and its allies, the Queen of the Sky, that Iran possessed with weapons lethal to Iron Dome and Patriot. On a date with an unexpected fight with an Israeli F-35 Adire fighter. What are the scenarios of this confrontation? And just think, what will be the American response to losing its latest stealth aircraft to the Iranian Sukhoi? All these questions will be answered in this video as we dive into a detailed comparison between these two incredible aircraft. Stay tuned! Which is the faster fighter? Iranian Sukhoi 35 or Israeli F-35 Adir? The Iranian Sukhoi 35 comes with two Saturn AL-31 engines. They propel the aircraft at a maximum speed of 2.25 Mach, equivalent to 2,400 km per hour without afterburners, and can fly at altitudes of up to 18,000 meters, with a climb speed of up to 280 meters per second, with a range of up to 3,600 kilometers in a single sortie. In contrast, the Israeli F-35 Adire is propelled by a single Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine that allows it to fly at 1.6 Mach, equivalent to 1,780 km per hour at a continuous speed without the need for an afterburner, reaching an altitude of 16,200 meters, and an operational range of 2,900 kilometers with internal fuel capacity of 8,382 kilograms. The American Stealth is powered by 3 versions of engines, allowing it to take off and land vertically, as it does not need a runway, while the Sukhoi 35 needs a runway for takeoff and landing, and both aircraft share the fact that each is a single-seat fighter aircraft. Combat radars between Sukhoi 35 and F-36 Adire. One of the most important features of Sukhoi 35 is that it contains a high-power and long-range Irbis radar that is capable of detecting targets from a distance of 400 kilometers while searching for hostile fighter aircraft and 160 kilometers while searching for stealth aircraft, and can track 30 targets simultaneously and can engage 8 air targets and 4 ground targets simultaneously. The Iranian flanker is also equipped with the latest and most powerful Russian jamming and electronic warfare equipment of Kibni M type. And this technology works by sorting arc rays that cover the fighter completely so that the wave is in a circular form, and this method provides protection against any air threat. In addition to the OLS laser system that scans the air for targets, up to a range of 90 kilometers identifies the target and locks on it, without operating the central radar of the fighter at a range of 70 kilometers, and also deals with air targets in the short range also up to 20 kilometers. On the other side, the Israeli F-35 is characterized by an active radar of the ESA APG-81 type, and its main task lies in detecting ground air defenses within a range of up to 720 kilometers, determining their type and the extent of their danger, and providing field information to the aircraft commander. And it also reads the wavelength of hostile ground and air radars and sends them opposite waves. And as a result, enemy radars, no matter how advanced, become completely blind to the presence of the F-35 in its airspace. Some military websites also reported that the Israeli Adire radar is capable of detecting hostile aircraft from a distance between 150 and 300 kilometers, with a radar section of 1 square meter, and locating them on maps accurately, and the radar range can reach 400 kilometers if the narrow beam feature is used and can lock on 20 targets at the same time. Who excels in the killing weapons? The F-35 carries its munitions inside the fuselage and not outside it in order to reduce the radar footprint, and it can carry all air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles of American or Israel manufacture, such as Python 5, and AIM-120 and 130 air-to-air missiles with range of up to 175 kilometers. However, it was distinguished by a heavy version of the famous American GBU bombs called GBU-1000, which are laser-guided high-explosive thermobaric bombs capable of penetrating Iranian underground fortifications and weighing up to 890 kilograms. The Adir is also armed with a 4-barrel rotary cannon that uses 25mm ammunition, has a range of up to 6,700 meters, and is equipped with automatic firing systems that allow it to fire automatically as soon as the hostile target enters the field of fire. The aircraft can use 6 external attachment points for missions that do not require stealth. On the other side, the Iranian Su-35 is armed with about 8 tons of missiles and bombs distributed on 14 suspension points, including various bombs of the Fab and Cab family of high-precision laser-guided bombs. And the world's most advanced air-to-air missiles of the R-77 Vimpel type, capable of tracking any flying object from a height of 80 meters to 25,000 meters, within a range of 240 kilometers at a speed of 4 Mach, which works through active radar technology, which means that Iranian Su-35 is able to occupy the space it flies in a circle with a diameter of about 500 kilometers. Its most dangerous feature in Iranian Su-35 is ability to launch tactical and lightning operations in Israeli depths using Kh-58 missiles that dedicated targeting Iron Dome and Patriot radars, which are characterized by their high speed and systems that blind the most powerful radars and air defenses. This missile has a highly destructive warhead, weighing 149 kilograms, and is launched at an altitude of 200 meters and up to 20 kilometers, with a range between 76 kilometers and 245 kilometers, depending on the fighter's launch altitude. It is capable of achieving a hit within a radius of no more than 10 meters from the target at its center. The aircraft can currently carry 6 Kh-31 winged missiles on board, which can be used against both ships and ground-based air defenses. Dark side between F-35 and Sukhoi-35. The most important feature of the F-35 stealth fighter is the stealth and vertical takeoff and flying at very low altitudes with an advanced radar range of more than 400 kilometers. But despite the large number of technologies and computers inside this aircraft, by the Pentagon's official admission, it suffers from 834 software errors in its systems, especially in the takeoff and landing systems, and most of you may have noticed that about 2/3 of the F-35 repeated accidents were during takeoff or landing operations, especially the C version, which is intended for aircraft carriers. This is in addition to the issue of ghost paint corrosion in the B and C versions once they reach 1.3 Mach, and if they continue to fly longer, the fighter's body temperature rises and many systems malfunction and be an easy target for thermal missiles. The list of flaws and issues does not end there, but these flaws are what stopped the F-35 from being flown by many countries that operate it, such as the United States, Britain, Israel, and South Korea, and several European countries. On the other side, despite the Su-35's superior weapons payload and extended radar range, its performance is hindered by its radar lag, attributable to its absence of an active ESA system. This system is less susceptible to jamming, exhibits higher accuracy, and is more difficult for adversaries to track. And the large radar footprint of the Iranian Sukhoi, especially at the rear, makes it an easy target for Israeli F-35 fighters. Structure and external dimensions. Looking at the external fuselage of the two aircraft, we will find that the length of the Sukhoi-35 between the nose and tail is 21.9 meters, while its height reaches 6.5 meters. The distance between the ends of the wings is 15.3 meters, and its empty weight is 18.4 tons, while its weight exceeds 35 tons with its full armament load. Going deeper into Sukhoi-35 structure, we will find that it is made of carbon fiber fused with aluminum and lithium, and radar wave absorbing materials have been added within the structural structure of the fighter, with treatment of the air intakes and engine front with RAM material, as well as treating the cockpit glass with electrically conductive materials to avoid reflecting radar waves. Thus, all of the above resulted in reducing the radar footprint to about 3 square meters approximately, from the front only, and increases in the rest of the structure. On the other hand, the Israeli Adire fighter is about 15.5 meters long, 11 meters wide, 4.4 meters high, and weighs 13,290 kilograms, while its weight reaches 31,750 kilograms at maximum load, including fuel and ammunition. The F-35's fuselage is specially designed to generate the lowest cross-section on radar screens and is coated with material that absorbs radar waves. The F-35 is typically thought to be more stealthy than F-22 Raptor, arguably the gold standard for stealth performance in the 5th generation, generating a radar cross-section so low that it is often compared to a metal golf ball. This makes the Adire fighters Israel's choice for attacking Iranian nuclear sites. Who wins in the battles? The Iranian Su-35 or Israel Adire F-35? First of all, the Su-35's advantage in maneuverability will remain unchallenged. The Su-35 will most likely win the award for the best dogfighting air, while also remaining a versatile missile platform against air and ground targets. Thus, if the Iranian Sukhoi and the Israeli F-35 were to face off alone without support, the Iranian fighter might have the upper hand, especially in close air combat. But with the development of radars and jammers, the fate of future air battles may be determined by the effectiveness of missiles and combat beyond visual range. In this type of battle, Adir F-35 fighters will be able to gain air superiority in long-range combat over the Sukhoi 35 by using the advanced SR radar. If we take into account American satellites, AWACS reconnaissance aircraft, electronic warfare, and assistance from American stealth aircraft such as F-22, the Israeli Adire will excel thanks to its allies rather than its own capabilities. At the end of the video, dear viewer, do you think Sukhoi 35 fighters can protect Iran's nuclear sites from attacks by Israeli Adire fighters? Tell us in the comments and don't forget to like the video.